expressly provides for promoters to appear before the Special Select Committee in person, by counsel, or other representative, and to adduce oral, documentary, or other evidence in support of the bill. Standing Order 8215B introduces a new provision addressing the consequences of a promoter's non-appearance before the Special Select Committee, including the committee's power to proceed in the promoter's absence where appropriate. Changes have been made to harmonize the terminology of promoters and objectors and objection petition throughout the document, and consequential renumbering, cross-referencing updates have also been made throughout the redraft. I now lead you to page 3 of the document and will read the standing orders that were redrafted for the committee's deliberation. We can begin at Standing Order 82.5 if it is that the committee is so inclined. 82.5. The notice referred in Standing Order 82.3b shall A. State the objects of and reasons for the bill, and B. Specify the manner for lodging an objection petition to the bill by any person whose rights or interest may be directly affected, and state the period within which such objection petition must be lodged with the clerk. The only change that has been made to Standing Order 82.5 is in subsection B, and it is the reference of objection petition. This was a recommendation that was made by the committee in the last meeting so that we can have harmony in the terms and consistency, especially when we got to Standing Order 82.10 of our original draft. Standing Order 82.6. This is a complete redraft, and as was proposed by the legal team in our meeting on May 1, we had recognized that the standing orders make provision for the petition process, but it did not include any information regarding the objection petition process, even though it was referred later on in Standing Order 82.9 in the original draft. So this is a proposal to the committee for insert, and it reads: an objection petition lodged pursuant to Standing Order 82.5b shall A. be in writing and lodged with the clerk after the date of the final publication of the bill in the Gazette, but before the first sitting of the Special Select Committee at which the bill is to be considered. B. State the name and address of the objector. C. State the nature of the objection and whether it relates to the whole bill, to the preamble, if any, or to any particular clause or clauses thereof. D. Contain a per that the objector be heard before the Special Select Committee in person, by counsel, or other representative. With the committee's leave, I now move to Standing Order 8215A, that is found on page 4 of the memorandum, as being the next amendment that was made to the revised proposal. Standing Order 8215A reads: every Special Select Committee on such a bill shall require proof of the facts and other allegations set forth in the bill as showing that it is expedient that the bill should be passed. For that purpose, the promoters shall be entitled, subject to the directions of the committee, to appear before the committee in person, by counsel, or other representative, and to adduce oral, documentary, or other evidence in support of the bill.
Just a query. How you have the draft there, where you have 15A and then it comes down to other.
That was an error.
That's an error?
Yes,
Okay.
that was an error. It would read together.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. We continue to subsection B. It states, where the promoters fail to appear before the Special Select Committee, the committee may, if it thinks fit, proceed to consider the bill in their absence, but the committee shall record that the promoters were duly notified and did not appear, and shall include that fact in the report to the Senate. C, if the committee finds that the facts and allegations set out in the bill have not been proved, it shall report to the Senate accordingly, and thereupon no further proceedings shall be taken with reference to the bill unless the Senate makes a special order to the contrary. D, if the committee finds that the facts and allegations set out in the bill have been proved, it shall consider the several clauses of the bill and may strike out clauses, add new clauses, and make any other amendments that it thinks necessary. E, no new clause or amendment shall be allowed which is foreign to the objects and reasons of the bill or which is beyond its scope. And F, where the committee makes an amendment to the bill, it shall describe the significance of the amendment in a special report to the Senate. The second to the last amendment made would be in Standing Order 8216, and it reads, subject to the provisions of this order, all objection petitions containing a per to be heard shall stand referred to the Special Select Committee, and the committee shall hear every objector who appears to it to have locus standi. Notwithstanding the foregoing, the Special Select Committee may, for good cause shown, permit a person to be heard in opposition to the bill, notwithstanding the person has not complied with the time or manner specified in the notice referred to in Standing Order 825B for lodging an objection petition. And the final amendment would be in Standing Order 8220, that's found on the last page of page 6. And the only amendment in this section is the referenced standing orders, which would not apply. So it reads, where a private bill has been brought from the Senate, the following provisions of this order shall not apply. Standing Orders 3B, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, they shall not apply. I will ask, if it is through you, Chair, we could deliberate on the amended clauses before it is that we get to the internal document. If there are any questions or concerns, I am open to answering.
Well, my only query right now is how you read from, obviously, your note that you have on your laptop there. There are some adjustments to what is on
the document received?
Yeah. It's not major, you know.
Okay.
But, for example, when I started at 6D, where you said, contain a prayer that the objector be heard before the Special Select Committee in person by counsel, or it's written or by, but you'd never read by.
Oh, that was...
So what I'm saying is it's not really, probably one could say semantics, but when we do the amendment,
the by should be included.
We want to know it should be included?
Or by
or
other.
Not included.
Included. Or by other representatives.
And there are several other areas when you read and I followed. There are some adjustments that I don't know if you're making adjustments or.
No, I'm not.
Huh? No, it wasn't paraphrasing. She was reading what was there.
Reading
So
from
for
the
example,
document.
again, if I went to 15E, you said, what is originally written? You have no new clause or amendment shall be allowed which is foreign to the objects. What is typed is of and reasons. But you read and reasons. So I just want to know if you get me? So I just want to know if what you read from your laptop
Is one in the same?
when
what
if
was
the
provided.
membership were to agree that what they have before them is what
Is
they are going to
sufficient.
sign off on, whether there are corrections to the document because of a typo or as the case may be. Well, it's not necessarily a typo because it's just a totally different word which was used.
And that last one.
So there are several places where it occurred.
Okay.
As I said, I think I have about 4 or 5 areas.
Okay. What I would recommend in that case, Mr. Chair, is that we would use the document that is before the committee that you would have in hand, and I will make my adjustments on the other hand because I stand confident with that which was submitted to the committee.
On this?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, for example, let me just go quickly to, as I said, look on what you have in 15E.
15.
All right? Read your 15E. What, as you have it, as you read it.
No new clause or amendment shall be allowed which is foreign to the objects of and reasons for the bill or which is beyond its scope.
Okay, when you read it the first time, so the of is correct
Yes, sir.
because you read it and said and. Objects and. I
Oh,
didn't hear.
so it's objects of
Of
and
and.
reasons for the
got
bill.
you.
Right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And you had where the where the committee makes an amendment.
Any
Any.
amendment to the bill,
You had
it
read
shall
an amendment.
Okay.
So that's okay. So the document is
It stands
correct.
correct, yes.
okay. So members, in respect to the comments and what it was being suggested by Ms. Jimenez, the areas that amendments, can you just identify them again for me, please?
So the amendments would start at 82.5B, and the only amendments in that subclause is the use of the word objection petition in the first and last line.
So the just identify all the ones.
Okay, so it would be,
So just make a note of them because that is what we will interrogate before. All right?
so 82.5B,
yes.
the use of the word objection petition in the first and last line. 82.6.
6, yes.
All of 82.6 in its entirety. Then we move to 82.15A, that's on page 4. The amendment begins where you have for that purpose and continues to the end.
Yes. And 20.
Repeat that for me?
20.
No, 16.
16. Okay.
The first line, the use of objection petition. The third line, the use of the word objector. And the last sentence that starts with notwithstanding. And then in 20, the last line only.
All right. So floor is open to the members. Any comments? Senator Gale?
And I just want to seek clarity in terms of 15D.
15,
D. That's on page 5.
yes.
If the committee finds that the facts and allegations set out in the bill have been proved, it shall consider the several clauses. The use of the term several in this means that we'll have to consider as a committee the entire bill itself and not the clauses that have been proposed. Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank
The
you.
entire bill.
All right, can you expand a little for me on 15C? Where it says, after the comma, and thereupon no further proceeding shall be taken with reference to the bill unless the Senate makes a special order to the contrary.
Right, because the standing orders as they are currently drafted provides that the committee must be satisfied that what is contained in the private bill is proved to their satisfaction. What C is saying is that if it is not proved, then it should report to the Senate that same has not been satisfied, and it is in the purview of the Senate by special order to determine if it still wants to proceed with the private bill being passed
So the
or taken through the stages.
Okay, so it regardless of whatever is contained in the report, the Senate can
It's
still
for
proceed.
the Senate to proceed if it so elects by special order.
Any other query? Members, comments?
I didn't have a query, but I want to commend Ms. Jimenez because it reads in a very clear way now. I don't think that there can be any kind of controversy or misinterpretation because it's set out so logically, and I really appreciate it. I think it has improved the section vastly.
And I want to endorse those comments made by Senator Scott Motley. The standing order is quite long. In fact, one of the more extensive standing orders with all the subsections to it. And we did have a lot of concerns. There was a lot of discussion which took place over several meeting days. And what has been produced by Ms. Jimenez and the team, obviously, when I heard her comments in relation to the team having meetings in which they would have gone through, looked on what may have existed elsewhere, and to come forth with a comprehensive, basically a comprehensive rewrite of all of Standing Order 82, because although she did not start from the beginning as is in the redraft, but it went even before that. But we had settled on certain things before that,
Indeed.
which also took a little time. I must say that I am most appreciative of the effort that was made.
You're
Thank you
most
very much.
welcome to the members of the committee, and we are here to help, and we're happy to help.
Yeah. Well, we all make the standing orders better for those who come behind us, right?
Indeed.
All right. Good day and good morning, Senator Marlon Morgan. Good morning, sir. I didn't hear you, Mr. Morgan. You have to turn on your mic.
Morning, Chairman, and let me hasten to associate with those comments in relation to the effect that the revision would have had on the standing orders, not just 82, but in general, in terms of flow, and as Member Scott Motley pointed out, just how more easy to interpret and straightforward the text is.
Most welcome.
All right. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman?
So, yes, Senator, and I won't give you 3 years. Ease. Senator
Mr.
Golden Campbell,
Chairman,
go ahead.
I had one query, and I too want to endorse the comments made by my colleague senators and yourself. But I have a question about that same 15C that you referenced previously. And I heard Ms. Zimini's explanation. I have one question though. Where the committee finds that the allegations set out in the bill haven't been proved and report to the Senate accordingly, Ms. Zimini is saying that the Senate would make a special order to the contrary. I'm asking for a little bit of explanation on that, because where the Senate received this report from the committee and the Senate is not minded to move forward with the bill, is that consistent with Standing Order 58 that requires where the reports from the select committees go to the Senate and the motion under 58.2, if the motion is agreed to without amendment, the bill shall be recommitted to a committee of the whole Senate without question. Shall be. So a motion comes to the Senate and says, look, this report is saying that the bill isn't consistent. The allegations in the bill haven't been proved. The Senate accepts that report. On my reading, it seems that the Senate has only 2 choices. Either it takes the bill through its stages and rejects passage of the bill, or the bill has to be withdrawn. How does the Senate navigate that? Because I'm not clear on the Senate having the power to withdraw a bill. I would imagine, well, I'm not clear. I'm asking for some clarity on that. I don't understand what the special order would allow the Senate to do beyond Standing Order 58.
All right, let's give, sorry.
Examine it at the next meeting. I thought that the section preserved the overriding responsibility and powers and authority of the Senate, not that it will necessarily be utilized, but that if there is something within the report that it is concerned about, then by the special, I think it's by the special order, it could ask for, it seemed to me, I'm trying to find the exact framing, the exact section, but it was that there were, that there was, if there were circumstances, remember, that the committee's report required more contemplation in the view of the entire Senate, then that could be done. But I think that Senator Golden Campbell's observation is a very profound one, and perhaps we will have to dedicate some time to it, linking other sections of the standing orders.
Okay.
You want to come in?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you, Senator Golden Campbell, for the observation, as well as Senator Scott Motley for the contribution. So the intention behind this section is just as Senator Scott Motley outlined, which is to ensure that the Senate still has the power to proceed, notwithstanding what is contained in a report. With regard to Standing Order 58.1, it says that when a bill is reported from a select committee, the Senate may proceed, meaning that it is not, the Senate is not compelled to proceed on the basis of what is reported from the select committee. The Senate has the authority, really, by, say, motion to either one, reject that which was provided to it by the committee and proceed, or in this case, creating a special leeway for the Senate to say, yes, we appreciate your report, but to the contrary, we intend to proceed with taking this bill through its stages. So what I will do for the benefit of the members of the committee is to review these clauses and to provide something more definitively for your deliberations.
All right. So that seems...
Thanks,
sorry, go
Chair,
ahead,
one quick second. There's a final comment. I appreciate what Ms. Jimenez just said, and I thank her for that. And that would occur in a situation where the Senate was proceeding contrary to the report. But if the Senate is proceeding consistently with the report, so the select committee is reporting, no, this bill doesn't pass muster for us. The Senate accepts that report. Remember, it's a report we're talking about at that stage. The Senate accepts that report. So the motion to accept the report is agreed. The bill, then, it seems to me, the Senate has only one option, to recommit the bill to a committee of the whole Senate and to put the bill through its stages. And then it would have to be voting against the bill. And I'm just wondering about that process. If the Senate accepts the report of the Special Select Committee, does it have to take that bill through a process? Can it make some sort of order that that bill be taken from the Senate, withdrawn from the Senate? That's a little part, the gray area for me that I'm not clear on. So I just add that for your considerations when you look at it, Ms. Jimenez. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
So,
you, Senator.
we'll continue to have a look, and particularly at 8215C at the next meeting. But it seems other than that, there are no other concerns that need to be looked at, right? So 8215C is where we will continue at the next meeting. So I ask for a motion for the adjournment of the Standing Orders Committee. Senator Bernard and Senator Tavares Vincent. This Standing Orders Committee is adjourned for a date to be fixed.
Yo, babes, why me I call you so much time and I nah get you? Sorry me lick you again yesterday. Yo, me know me mess up, but I can't wear them something there road and I expect me to react. I know me jealous and fool and easy to lose my temper, but call me back here. Still nah get tired. Hey, girl, think me have to call your phone? You know who you deal with? You think I want lick me again next time? Eh?
It doesn't have to be this way. You can leave an abusive relationship. Just call 876-553-0372. We will help you.
Motorists, as Minister of Justice, I appeal to you, obey the road code, pay your ticket on time, and only go to court if the ticket is being contested. Close to 80% of matters coming to the parish courts are for traffic breaches. Let's work together to make our roads safe and ease the burden on our courts.
5 benefits of being a beneficiary of the Students' Loan Bureau. 1. Benefit from our 99% approval rate. 2. Benefit from our low interest rate, so less burden when you need to repay. 3. Benefit from the fact that we require no collateral when applying. 4. We're giving you more time to focus on your studies while we focus on the financing. No need to worry about repaying while in school. Number 5. Receive a 14 months grace period after your graduation date before you enter repayment. Don't forget to follow us on all SLB platforms for more SLB info.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yo, what are you? Oh, man, none of that. Yo, no, brother, no, man. You see you ever play ref? Dirty game, man. But a little bad game. No, I said, place you come from, brother. I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. No shake on, I can play a little bad, brethren. Really have to shake on? Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man. Come together as one and make the violence done.
Out of the ashes, Jamaica will rise. With God as our Father, great storms will survive. Our prayers unite us to soar to new heights. With our hearts together, we'll win any fight. We will rise, we will rise. With the strength of a lion, we will rise. We will rise, Jamaica will rise. With the wings of an eagle, we will rise. Our faith has grown stronger in truth and in grace. When challenges face us, we'll never be faced. Our anthem prays boldly to God from above, and He who is faithful shows mercy and love. We will rise, we will rise. With the strength of a lion, we will rise. We will rise, Jamaica will rise. With the wings of an eagle, no matter the season, our sails will remain, and we will rise. We will rise, we will rise. With the strength of a lion, we will rise. We will rise, Jamaica will rise. With the wings of an eagle, no matter the season, our sails will remain, and we will rise. We will rise, Jamaica will rise. With the wings of an eagle, we will rise.
We and the youths united against corruption, changing the world and the way we function. The youths united against corruption, changing the world and the way we function. You remember the youth, them are with future leaders, policy creators, decision makers. As if them are not just the cornerstone, but a crucial part to a better tomorrow. United against corruption, changing the world and the way we function. The youths united against corruption.
Message from the Integrity Commission.
Peace begins with us. Every act of kindness, every step towards understanding brings us closer to a brighter tomorrow. Let's choose unity, compassion, and hope. Together, we can build a future where peace reigns.
Brighter tomorrow
starting today.
Jamaica, let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one republic. We on the road to republic. Well, Well then, let's propel we nation, moving forward in a new direction. True independence, that's the projection. No more dependency, it's the best plan. Yes, we know what's best for us, cause we want we country prosperous. So make we just pull together as the general public, while on the road to Republic. Let's spread the word around to let the world know that we are proud to be one Republic. We're on the road to Republic.
A message from the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs.
We're on the road to Republic.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Your government is empowering you through education, training, and development. That is why we have removed all fees for every Jamaican accessing training through the Heart NSTA Trust. So, whatever you desire training in, food and hospitality, beauty and cosmetology, housekeeping and hotel management, welding, carpentry, masonry, or any of the dozens of programs Heart offers, you can enroll completely free and change your life. We are building Jamaica.
The proceeding was brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.